Good morning, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Today I'd like to talk to you about some of the dolls in my collection that are named for fictitious characters and some which are real characters in history. And doll collectors have been using this name for many, many years. All these references are still around in doll books. No one knows really why, because a lot of these faces did not look anything like the women they're supposed to be named after. For example, this 28-inch tall Kessner Sophia Smith, she was a lady born in Massachusetts. Her family was fairly well-to-do, and she went deaf when she was 40 years old. And after her two brothers and her father died, she was left an inheritance and decided she wanted to found a college for the betterment of all women, which still exists today, Smith College in Massachusetts. This doll came from Maine, and her original owner's name was Sally Blanchard. It's written on her clothing. And she is in her original clothes, though a little bit tattered. And she has sort of a buckram, this stiff thing to keep her dress out. That's the way she came. She has extensions on her pantaloons with buttons for the cold weather. How about that? That's a first. I've never seen that before. She has little blue leather antique shoes. And she has very beautiful brown eyes. The next doll here is one of my favorite exquisitely dressed dolls, named for the Swedish nightingale, Jenny Lynn. And this doll, look at this dress. It's just incredible. Let me move her out. This doll has the classic sweeping hair in the back forming a bun. And these type of dolls with this hairstyle has always been referred to as a Jenny Lynn. Jenny Lynn was a famous opera singer and discovered when she was quite young and made a great deal of money from singing. And she eventually ended up touring with P.T. Barnum. And if you look at her picture in Wikipedia, it doesn't look anything like this doll, but this mold with this type of sweeping hair forming a bun in the back is referred to by most doll people as a Jenny Lynn. Let's look at this dress, how beautifully made this dress is. Look at that. Love the braided shoulders. Look at how beautiful. Even her shoes are trimmed in blue. She's just an absolute marvel of a doll. Okay, now we're going to go to another famous opera singer. Jenny Lynn was Swedish. These dolls are named for a famous Italian opera singer named Adaline Patty. And Adaline Patty's voice was so clear and so beautiful that the great Italian composer Giuseppe Verdi said that she was his favorite and that her voice was like a bell. Now, Adaline Patty, she was a pretty hot number. She was born in Madrid, Spain. She also got discovered and had apparently quite a few lovers and lived a very luxurious life. This doll with this sweeping, see that front curl and that side curl? That's how they call it an Adaline Patty. Even this little guy, well, little girl, she's got the same thing. And these were made by the German company ABG. And Adaline Patty, anyway, she ended up very wealthy. And it is said that, and by the way, her last name is spelled Patti. And the famous singer on Broadway today, Patti LuPone, is a descendant of hers and has that same spelling of her name. So I'll just show you quickly these dolls. This one has a silk dress, which I have to be very careful because they shatter. This is a lovely cotton dress. This one has an old printed cotton dress. But those are Adaline Patties. Last but not least is a doll that comes in brunette, well, black hair, and is known as an Alice in Wonderland. This doll is 28 inches tall, and Alice in the book Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll was a little blonde girl with a headband. In the illustrations, that's how she's shown. So then that stuck with this doll. Everybody began to refer to dolls with black headbands, whether they were brunette or not, as Alice in Wonderland. And this is a I've had this doll for many, many, many years. I just love her. She is wearing this beautiful old wrap, I think they call this a wrapper dress, with her Victorian jewelry. And it has a bustle in the back. It's hard to move them around. I get scared to drop them. But you see there's like space back here for a bustle. I'd have to try to figure out if I can find one of those cage slips so I can push her dress out a little further. But anyway, this kind of doll like this comes in frozen Charlottes. I have one. She's super tiny, that has the blonde hair with the little black headband. And they call all of them Alice in Wonderland. And probably this is one of the only dolls that probably does kind of sort of look like the illustration in the book of Alice in Wonderland. But still a famous person that a doll was named for. And I think it's fun and different and exciting to learn all these new things. As you go along with your doll collections, you start to find books referencing different names. And most collectors know these dolls as Sophia Smith, Jenny Lynn, Adaline Patty, and Alice in Wonderland. I find them delightful. They really make me smile. And I hope you enjoyed my little conversation about dolls named for famous people. And have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye-bye.